Washington, D.C., a city steeped in tradition, power, and political legacy. But what happens when a leader vows to dismantle the very structures that define it? Today, we explore Donald Trump's transition team and his bold promise to shake up Washington like never before. From the moment Donald Trump declared his candidacy, his message was clear. He wasn't just running to lead Washington, he was running to change it. His 2024 campaign has reignited this pledge. But what makes this promise truly unprecedented? Trump's transition team stands out because it is built on an anti-establishment ethos. Unlike previous presidents, Trump isn't just promising incremental change. He's talking about uprooting the deep state and reshaping the federal government fundamentally. In the past, transitions of power have focused on continuity and compromise. Presidents like Reagan and Obama promised ideological shifts, but they still worked within the existing framework. Trump's approach? Break the framework entirely. Trump's strategy involves cutting bureaucracy, reducing government agencies, and empowering loyalists over career officials. Critics argue this undermines institutional stability, while supporters see it as dismantling the entrenched systems of the deep state. His plan includes reorganizing the Department of Justice, consolidating regulatory agencies, and re-evaluating civil service protections. If implemented, these changes could redefine how the federal government operates. We've seen political shakeups before, like Andrew Jackson's populist movement or FDR's New Deal, which dramatically expanded federal power. But what makes Trump's approach unique is his focus on reducing federal influence rather than expanding it. Andrew Jackson, often referred to as the first outsider president, promised to dismantle elite power in Washington. He replaced federal officials with his own loyalists, much like Trump's approach. But while Jackson sought to empower the common man, Trump aims to streamline government operations entirely. On the other hand, Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal marked a seismic shift in federal power, expanding its role to tackle economic crises. Trump's vision represents the opposite, a contraction of government influence aimed at decentralizing power. Where previous shifts were about adapting government to meet new challenges, Trump's plan reflects a belief that the government itself is the problem. This philosophy has deep implications for America's future. If Trump succeeds, America could see a smaller, more streamlined federal government. Supporters argue this would empower states, reduce inefficiency, and return power to the people. Critics warn it could lead to weakened institutions, increased partisanship, and instability. On the positive side, a leaner government could mean fewer regulations, lower costs, and faster decision-making. But on the flip side, dismantling existing systems could erode checks and balances and weaken oversight. Changes like these often outlast their architects. If Trump's vision is realized, it could reshape the federal government for decades, affecting everything from how laws are enforced to how citizens interact with their government. Trump's promise appeals to those who feel left behind by bureaucracy and believe in decentralizing power. It's a compelling narrative for a nation weary of government inefficiency. But the risks are significant. Governing isn't just about efficiency, it's about stability and trust. Rapid changes could destabilize institutions that have taken decades to build. This debate is bigger than Trump. It's about the role of government in a changing America. As the nation grapples with polarization, economic challenges, and global competition, the question remains, can Washington evolve without breaking apart? As Donald Trump prepares for another possible term, his promise to shake up Washington looms large. Whether you see it as reform or disruption, one thing is clear. America is on the cusp of a political transformation that will define its future. Will Trump's vision lead to a leaner, more effective government, or will it plunge the nation into deeper division? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, the shakeup has already begun.